What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 27 of Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast. On this episode, we're talking Avalon, South Park Snow Day, Scriptum, Greenfield, NAKWON Last Paradise.
There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
You are now tuned in to the Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast.
I love it when you talk nerdy to me.
In keeping with franchise traditions of starting the holidays extremely early, Let's Talk Nerdy will be following in line, and that is from Andy Williams. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Andy Williams, yes, sir.
Can you
yes,
tell?
Sir.
Can you tell by my setup that I am in the spirit?
I believe you are, Dave. Thanksgiving has come and passed. You are now allowed to start decorating for Christmas. However, I had my tree up in the background. I don't think anybody can see it unless you see it in the first clip. But yeah, I had that up last week. So
I have a question, and I want to throw this out here to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When is too soon for holiday music?
Too soon for holiday music? For the music specifically, December 1st is an appropriate time when you can start.
Once December hits, you're like in full holiday swing.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't give like any breather period from Thanksgiving.
I give breather for decorating, because decorating takes a lot of work. You know what I mean? Especially for those people that really get into it, like putting all the trees outside, the blow up dolls, you know what I mean? Like outside, that's a lot of work. And then putting the lights on the house, to put that up for only 2.5 weeks, that's brutal. I think before Thanksgiving's fair game for outside the house, but inside the house, it doesn't take as much effort. So you got to wait till after Thanksgiving.
Funny story. My dad had a neighbor. He called him the Griswolds. If you guys don't know what that reference is, it's Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. But basically, this guy would set up the most elaborate light display that you have ever seen in your entire life. I'm talking every square inch of this guy's house was covered in lights. And he had the display set up to music. So it would play music and it would start strobing and the effects would go crazy and stuff like that, which sounds amazing. It was amazing to go see it, and kudos on that guy. But the problem was that the light display was on from 6 o'clock at night until 11 o'clock at night, and the light display played 3 songs, and it would cycle those 3 songs for 5 hours, and it would drive my dad absolutely nuts.
I can only imagine. I'm probably one of the few people, but Christmas music isn't my favorite. I have my favorite Christmas songs or holiday music, but overall, I'm not a big fan of Christmas music or holiday music. But like I said, I have my favorites.
Blasphemy, sir.
I just don't like to. Mostly because they started too early. I on my way to work or back home, as we turn on the radio, and sure enough, holiday music is on the radio.
There's a radio station around here that starts playing Christmas music November 1st.
Nope, that's way too early.
Way
too early.
Too early. Yeah, that's absolute insanity. I kind of get into it maybe the week of. I'm a week of Christmas guy. Once we hit December 21st, I'm all right, I'm in Christmas. You know, I'm in the swing. But up until that point,
nope.
I
know. What's your go-to Christmas song?
My go-to Christmas song? Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
That's a good one.
I like the Christmas songs with a little pep to them. You know, there's there's 2 types of Christmas songs. One is that very humble kind of sad, almost like a sad Christmas, and then there's the rockin' Chris. I'm a rockin' Christmas guy.
I gotcha. My favorite artist for Christmas is Michael Bublé. You can't go wrong with Michael Bublé.
Little Bublé, huh?
Yeah,
you're trumping. You're trumping Mariah Carey.
Well, I don't mind Mariah Carey, but the issue with Mariah Carey is her one song is played way too much. and now I'm blanking on the name, so I can't even think of it.
I feel like you're gonna get some haters on that one.
I know. I'm definitely gonna get some haters, but also one of my favorite Christmas songs. It's the song that was on the DVD of The Grinch, but I don't think they actually played it during the movie. I can't remember, but we always went into the music video and it's "Where Are You, Christmas?" I love that song. It's so good.
I don't think I've ever heard that song.
Oh, I think it's by, I want to say Faith Hill. I could be wrong.
You need a DVD of The Grinch in order to hear this?
No, you can hear it. I give you Google or like go on YouTube.
I'm gonna YouTube.
Where Are You, Christmas? Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna check it out. I'll report back on the next episode.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's very like it's one of those mellow songs. It makes you like feel good, you know.
No, we did a deep dive into Christmas. I feel like we skipped Thanksgiving. Let's go. Let's backtrack a little bit. Adam, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was really good. I had 4 Thanksgivings.
Good
Or
God.
three.
With turkey, ham, and meatballs. And
no meatballs this year because
No?
I didn't go to Bailey, my in-laws' side, so we didn't go there this year. But I had ham, turkey. We had all the goodies, you know. But a lot of driving. So we drove home, which is 6 hours, and then my aunt's is like 45 minutes from my mom's, and then we drove to Des Moines, which is another 3 hours, and then we drove back home, which is another 5 hours. So too
Dang.
much driving.
yeah,
But other than that, it was a really good trip. I got back last night. But what about you, Dave?
my Thanksgiving was good. I kept it, we
Mhm.
kept it low key. I had 2 Thanksgivings, both were delicious. I think the topic of discussion, the question that everyone is dying to know: did you try sweet potato pie?
Sweet potato casserole?
Casserole, sweet potato casserole,
No.
sweet potato pie. Was it even available at your Thanksgiving?
You know, I think it was.
And you didn't
I
try
could be
it?
wrong. I didn't. I don't know. Actually, no, it wasn't. We had grape salad, like a cranberry salad, green bean casserole, of course. We had all the norms, but I don't think I saw the sweet potato casserole.
How was that? How was that grape salad?
I didn't eat it
You
because it has
eat
whipped
the
cream.
grape salad, bro?
I will say this is my worst Thanksgiving. I didn't eat very much, like at all.
How dare you?
Each day I had stuffing, turkey, and gravy, and that was it.
That's
I
it?
didn't eat anything else.
Not
I
even
just wasn't
rolls?
hungry. No rolls.
No, you made it all the way through Thanksgiving without eating a roll.
Not a single roll.
Well done, sir. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I also did not try any sweet potato pie. It was not available to me.
Casserole.
A casserole. I'm sorry. It was not available to me. So we got a lot. I don't know if you checked the short of the Thanksgiving
I did.
draft, but yeah, people were very surprised that we've never had sweet potato casserole. And it just wasn't available. I'm saying, guys, I'm sorry. I feel like we let you down. I'm sorry. I did not have the opportunity to try it.
I will say though, I think I've seen it at my family Thanksgiving before because it's like sweet potatoes, but there's marshmallows on top.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I've seen it. I've never tried it, but we didn't have it this year.
because we didn't have it. We're super sorry.
Yeah.
We didn't have it. A few of you even reached out and said that you would send us one. If you want to send us one, I will try it and see what it tastes like. But I am saddened to report that I did not have the opportunity to try sweet potato casserole, and I'm very sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll have our opportunity at some point. We hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, full of joy and wondrous activities and time. Now, Dave, has your wonderful and joyous time finished with Lords of the Fallen?
Lords of the Fallen.
Law.
It was such a crazy game that it just put me in
A lull.
in turmoil. Yes.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Lords of the Fallen is completed at the time of this going live. This episode going live. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. At the time of this episode, all of them will be up and available to watch. So yeah, Lords of the Fallen, great game. We talked about it a little bit on the last episode. I'm standing by what I said on the last episode. It's a great game. It has a little bit of issues with the glitchiness, but if they could kind of figure that out, I think it would be a top tier kind of game. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's 40 episodes, 45?
46. We made it to
46.
46
Let's go.
episodes in the Let's Play, which I promise you guys the next Let's Play will be much, much shorter because that was an
Yeah.
absolute commitment. I got to
Yeah.
like episode 25 and I was like, oh man, I signed us up for a thing here. This is a thing.
Yeah, it
So-
definitely it was definitely a thing. But it seems like you enjoyed the game, and throughout the Let's Play, you were enjoying your time. There are some times I could hear a little frustration in your voice, but you persevered, Dave. You pushed through. You did a great job.
I did. I persevered. I tried to keep the rage back. Adam knows me very, very well and has seen me play some games. So, yeah, I kept the rage back. We did not rage out. I didn't break a controller. I didn't throw. I tried to keep the cussing to a minimum. So yeah, I really tried there to make that one entertaining. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the game. If you guys didn't check out the last episode or you haven't checked out the Let's Play yet, if you're a fan of Souls-likes, it was great. It was a great game. It's actually been a great year for Souls-likes. I mean, we got Lies of P and Lords of the Fallen in the same year. Like, between both of those games, I am very, very, very satisfied with the Souls likes for this year. I got a taste of what I love, and those games kept me busy for a super long time.
That is true.
No.
That is true. Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the Let's Play, give it a look over. Let us know what you guys think. If you want to see more of them, we'll keep them coming.
Yeah, I agree. Well, my gaming news is well, we're kind of gonna get into one of the games I tried this weekend. But so Steam had their autumn sale. Black Friday was around. I bought 7 games.
7 games for Black Friday.
Yeah, and I go into my library. I'm like, I don't even know what game to play. So I started playing Web of Word. So I went back to Web of Word.
He buys 7 games and then goes back to play the one that he's already played.
Yeah. But I will say I'm excited to play all of them. I bought Red Dead Redemption 2. Never played it.
Let's go.
I bought. Shoot, I'm blanking. I bought. There's another roguelike because I found out that I love roguelikes. I tried Hades, never had played it before. I'm really enjoying it, which is called Gunfire Reborn. I bought Contraband Police, so you're like a border patrol. I have God of War Ragnarok on my PlayStation Store.
Nice. Ragnarok's
Yeah,
good.
so yeah, I'm super excited about all the games I bought, and my friend bought some on his Steam account. So we're super excited to share our games. Like he bought Hogwarts and things like that. But yeah, overall, I bought one other game that I'm super excited about. It's called Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
I feel like I've heard something about that game.
Yeah, it's fairly new. Yeah, it's Bomb Rush Cyberfunk with a F. And I don't know, have you ever played Jet Set Radio?
Yeah.
So it's a very Jet Set Radio game. Like the way the characters move, like the mechanics, which it's like new mechanics now. You know what I mean? It's like the same game but with newer mechanics. It's awesome. The art style, just the feel of the game, the music in the background,
And
the
that
spray
like
painting.
flowy, like very flowy transversal system and stuff. That's sick. That's cool.
I'm super excited about that. When I started that tonight, played Scriptum, which that's on our topics tonight. But yeah, let's go ahead. Are you ready to jump into our first game of the night?
Let's go ahead and jump into the first game. What we're going to take away from that real quick, though, is that Adam will be doing 7 Let's Play series coming up very, very soon. So yeah, let's jump into our first topic.
I don't believe that was the case. But the first game is Avalon. Dave, do you want to take this one away?
Yeah, we can take this one away. So Avalon, do you have the trailer?
I sure do, good
Let's
sir. Here it is.
Up the trailer. So Avalon, I'm actually kind of excited about this game. And
okay. We're gonna go back and forth on this one then.
Yeah, we'll talk about some good aspects and we'll talk about some bad aspects. But basically, what this game is an indie game developed by Avalon Corp. And from what I can see, the story behind the game is that it's teaching an alternate history and following the story of the Secret Knights of the Templar, which is going to kind of revolve around the story of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. And in this game, you're going to be taking control of your character, and the whole goal here is you're trying to obtain a seat at the Knights of the Round Table, and you know that kind of story is like right up my alley. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
And if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, what we're looking at now is like it's a very interesting kind of take on that, because we're seeing what you would assume we would see, which is kind of like this like
RPG MMO feel.
yeah, it's an RPG MMO feel, but like the setting, we're talking about the Knights of the Round Table, so you would expect this to be kind of like in the past, and we're seeing those situations of it being in the past. Kind of like a rural kind of village and stuff like that, but we're also seeing clips of like futuristic style cities and like cyberpunk themes and like big mech monsters and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be kind of interesting from that standpoint. I'm not really sure how that's going to all tie together into one thing. But it looks at the very least kind of interesting. Adam is just chomping at the bit, waiting to crap on this game. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I'm excited that you're excited about this game. But here's my biggest concern with this game. So what they're marketing it as is it's a community-created MMO RPG.
Yes.
So the players are going to be able to make the story, make the worlds, make the gameplay how they want to.
Yes.
Which sounds, in theory, really cool. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a Dungeons and Dragons like kind of like role playing that you get to be the spell or the storycaster or like, you know what I mean? The person that's telling the story.
Oh, like the dungeon master.
Yeah, the dungeon master. You're the story master, dungeon master. And so that's essentially what you can do. And then you can play other people's creations and stuff like that. And overall, like, yes, that's really cool in theory. But at the same time, it's super ambitious. Super ambitious.
I think it's very ambitious. And we talked about this with Starfield too, where it was ambitious to the point that's almost concerning. And I think if they pull it off, I mean, they have a really, really great opportunity to create just an absolute amazing game. And I think part of it, let's jump back and just talk about a little bit more of the things that it's going to offer, because I think knowing these things is going to help with us calling it ambitious. So real quick, it's Unreal Engine 5. I feel like we don't even have to mention that anymore. At this point, everything's Unreal Engine 5. But what they did kind of include in this game is it's called Didmo's Popule 8, which is an end-to-end character customization, which is going to give just an extremely next level ability to customize your character. And this is what I'm super excited about. This will be the first game that use InWorld's AI system. And basically what that is, it's a character powered engine that allows players to interact with NPCs like they never have before. Basically the NPCs in this game are going to be controlled by AI. So they're going to be able to interact with you in very different scenarios based on what's actually happening in the game, instead of having pre-programmed dialogue, which I think is really, really cool. You seem not excited about it at all.
Like, okay, that I will say that's pretty cool and unique. But keep going. Let's hear some more.
Okay.
More features.
So basically, there's a quote that I really liked, and the developer of this game's going to be spearheaded by Jeffrey Butler and Sean Pinnock. Butler was the producer on EverQuest. Pinnock's done a bunch of stuff, so I feel like this game does have a decent development team behind it. And he introduced a quote saying that his goal was to create a limitless online world where players are equipped with the tools to not only create whatever they can dream, but also share it across multiple connected realities, blurring the lines between virtual and real. And I think that's a very, very, very cool thing. They're going to be featuring PvP arenas. There's going to be raids. You can harvest, you can hunt, you can fish, you can cook. You can. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing. I'm sorry.
There's gonna be an expansive economy in which you can run like stables, you can run forges, taverns, mills. The world at launch is going to consist of 12 different kingdoms, and each of these kingdoms is going to have its own server. And the way that the kingdom is going to be broken down is that each kingdom will have a main castle. So there's 12 castles in the game. There's going to be like a special kind of like higher class town within the castle walls. And then surrounding the castle walls, there's going to be 20 separate villages, 10 towns, a surrounding sea, and an endless amount of dungeons for you to discover. And that is in each multiverse, which is absolutely insane that they're going to have this much content behind it. And you can travel freely in between all of these separate universes and stuff like that. You can interact with characters. You can build homes in these kingdoms. And I think it's very, very cool. I think it's a very, very ambitious kind of thing. And I would love for them to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, just kind of like you said, very ambitious, and what they kind of set themselves up for failure in the trailer. You can literally do anything, is what they say. And I feel like when you give that premise, you give such high hopes that this game will be insane to the point where like this is the only game people only want to play. And the issue I have with it, so it's going to be online, right?
Yep.
Okay. A lot of these overly ambitious, you don't capture the group, like if you don't capture people right away and it gets released, it's already starting in a hole and you're trying to build those people back, like the new player base into it. So my fear with this game is it's going to be so overly ambitious that they just won't be able to come out of it if it does come, you know what I mean? Like if they release updates and all that, and I don't think they'll be able to come out of it. So that's kind of where I'm concerned with, like, this game is so overly ambitious, the online feel, presence, this game's supposed to rely on the community. And if they don't have the community, then this game's dead in the water. And another thing I don't like about it, it gives me metaverse vibes. And the fact where it's a robust virtual economy, you have to buy, trade all your resources. And it's kind of like, because like, you know how like the metaverse is so gimmicky.
Yeah.
Where you have to buy this piece of land and it's this amount of Bitcoin or this amount of cryptocurrency. And I think that's what's kind of giving me the vibes of, especially because it has like NFTs involved in the game.
Yeah, let's jump to the bads. So let's go ahead and jump to the bad points since Adam already kind of gave us a little bit of a sneak peek here. All of those good aspects being said, I do have concerns about the game, and it 100% revolves around the fact that this is an NFT related game. And I think that for your average player, this game is probably not going to be for you. And I think that I've been searching since I've done the research on this. I've been searching for a way to say this without offending anybody, and I don't think that it's possible, to be honest.
We have a long bleep.
And don't get me wrong. I am not in this category. This this game is 100% for gamers that have dough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This game is going to be very, very cool and very, very interesting and something that a lot of people are going to want to be a part of. But you got to have the bankroll to do it. Because like we said, this game is entirely dependent on NFTs, and the way that the NFTs are going to work is that the NFTs are rewarded. You can either win NFTs by going on quests, dungeon searching. You can find stuff like that. So there are going to be, if you absolutely just want to buy the base game and go into it and grind it out and try to find some stuff, that option is available to you. But there's going to be people that are really gung-ho about it, and they're going to get base game and they're going to load in and they're going to buy a bunch of NFTs. They're going to buy the best property inside the castle walls and the best kingdoms, and buy the best houses and all of that stuff, because in this game, everything that you own is a tangible item. You can sell everything that you own as a tangible item with an NFT. And that's what they're saying, is that you can do like you can build an empire in this game, and you literally could, because buildings are NFTs. The things that you create are NFTs. So you could literally buy a building with an NFT in this game. Like, you could buy a forge, right? And you can charge people NFT dollars to create them weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a very, very cool game, but the NFT aspect is, for me, the NFT aspect means day one, you have to go all in or you're going to get left in the dust. And
Yep.
I would love to just be able to dip my toes in the water and try the game out. And I don't think that's going to be a possibility.
Nope. I don't think that's going to be a possibility for a couple of reasons. One, there's going to be scalpers.
Yep.
There's going to be people that go into this servers and everything and like, I'm going to buy 30% of this land and
Yes.
sell it 85% more. And I think that kind of thing can kill the game instantly.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like, yes, this is going to appeal. I think it's going to appeal, if it has that aspect too much, it's going to appeal much more to those scalpers more than, you know what I mean? And I think people are going to buy all these and then they're going to realize like, oh, this game's dead. Now I have a bunch of this crap that nobody wants.
Yes.
So, I want this type of game to succeed because it really is cool. Like I said, it gives that Dungeons and Dragons, like that RPG, that it's my RPG. This is my story that I'm playing with my friends and the community that I built in the game. But I just think it's very ambitious and very scary in terms of what could happen to the economy in the game.
I hate to say this, but it happens. This is life. This is real life. Again, I don't want to offend anybody. But I just don't think that there's any way to say it other than this. As long as there's something that's community based, there will be a group of people that destroy it.
Yeah.
It happens in all aspects of life. For the 95% of the people that do the right thing and treat the game the way that it should be treated, there's going to be 5% of the people that are just lurking in the background trying to take advantage of some people in some way. And it's just that's just how life works. And it sucks because it only takes one to ruin the experience for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So this game, I think, is going to be 100% dependent on how well they police these servers and remove those types of players from the game experience.
Yeah. I hope they have systems in place where they can't monopolize their server. Like one person can't monopolize the server, if that makes sense. I think that will help drastically. Or if you do monopolize the server and you do own anything, you can't market it higher. Like you own that stuff, but you can't sell it for 50% more. I know that's kind of a big ask because like part of it is like you're trying to grow your empire, try to grow your revenue, so to speak, and your NFT like foundation. But I hope there's a way where they're like, you know what? No, the price is 50 in-game dollars or whatever the case is. But you can't upcharge it to, like, you can upcharge it 15%, but you can't upcharge it 85%.
Okay.
If they have that kind of, you know what I mean?
I was totally against you until you put a cap on it because I do think that, if this is an NFT situation. So if you get in early and you get yourself a nice plot of land with a great building in an area that's very popular, this is kind of like real life. You should be rewarded for having that, and you should be able to sell it for profit. I think what they need to do is put caps on things. So they and this is the worst part is they'll never do this because they want people to spend money, but they should cap it on the fact of like you can only spend X amount of dollars at one time, and what that's going to do is stop the scalpers, like you said, from buying 30% of the property in this area. It's like, dude, you can't do that. Like you can't buy 50% of the property. If you want to buy this plot and this house, like we know you're a real person. If you just want to buy this entire village, like I don't know. But you have to look at it from the game designs like standpoint. They're not going to be like, oh, somebody wants to buy this whole village. Like, nah, don't let them do it. They're going to be like, yes, please. Thank you for your money. Yeah.
I think it's hard. And also because like, I think it's going to make the game feel dead. Well, I don't know, because there are people that will spend the money to like, oh yeah, I'll take over this piece of land from you now. Like, yeah, you marketed it up 50%. Sure. Then it's mine. Then I can market it up another 80%. So, I mean, it's that robust economy, like ups and downs in the stocks, So I could see how it can work. But for me, like, I'm not going to put tons of money into a game like this, and as much as it sounds cool, I just think it's very ambitious and really relies on just like a true community. But the hard part is, if there are new people that are trying to come to this game, it won't work. Like, I know it's one of those, you get in early, it's just going to be hard for a new person to get into it if everything's marked up and you haven't actually had a chance to play it.
I don't think it will. And here's my kind of opposite side of the coin.
Mhm.
I don't think it will, because if the game ends up doing well, what's to stop these guys from just creating another server in another kingdom?
true.
And I think
Yeah.
that has less of a disadvantage for new players as much as it has a disadvantage for the players that got in early and got their stuff, right? Because
Yeah, okay.
they paid for this thinking that the value is going to go up, but really they're like, the developers can just create unlimited kingdoms and unlimited servers.
Mhm.
And it's like, is there really um it's a want, it's supply and demand, right? It's a supply, it's a
Right.
entire supply and demand situation. So if they're just inflating the supply, will the demand ever be there for you to actually make money on these things? I don't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it
I
could
don't
go
know.
it could go both ways.
Yeah. It seems, like I said, it seems like it could be really cool. But okay, now my question is, so you kind of described the story a little bit. Do you think, like, because I know they're saying it's created by the community. Does that mean like you buy us like a world? Like, you can buy the world and make it that experience that you want, and you have the land to sell to other people? I'm like, that's where I'm a little confused too.
No, so with the research that I've done, there's an actual story arc. So
Hmm.
the community isn't going to be building the story. So the quests,
Okay.
like the storyline and the quests and everything, are going to be supplied by the developers.
Hmm.
What they're talking about, like the community being able to kind of like create what they want, is the community is going to be able to create how the kingdom looks within the server.
Okay.
So you as a person, you as Adam, are going to go in
Yep.
there. You're going to buy your plot of land. You're going to
Hmm.
build whatever you want on that plot of land with your NFT kind of money and stuff like that. You can put a house there, you could put a building there, you could put a tavern, you could put a shop, whatever you decide to put there.
Hmm.
Nobody's going to tell you what you can put there. So
I understand.
that is going to be like the more creative world type of aspect, is like Adam's Tavern is going to be available for all to see. You know what I mean? And like,
Hmm.
people playing across all of these different universes can go into Adam's Tavern and grab a drink, and that's kind of like the creative thing. But and the actual storyline is going to be kind of supplied by the developers. So everybody's goal is still to get their spot at the Knights of the Round Table.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
That makes more sense, because I thought it was like one of those things that you build the world and you can let people into your world. But okay, that makes more sense. So there's gonna be a certain amount of worlds, and then however people play it and design the world, like in that server, is what it's gonna look like. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not so much like you're designing your own world and you're letting the people, you're letting people into your world. It's like
Hmm.
your community is building one world together.
I got
You know
it.
what I
That
mean? So
makes
like,
sense. That's pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
could buy a plot next to you, and you can put up Adam's Tavern, and I could put up Dave's Forging, and we can go into business together. I think that it could be really cool. It could be really cool.
That
But
is pretty cool. All
yeah.
right, I like I said, I don't want this game to fail. I want this game to really take off and really be that the meta. Like, I want it to be the metaverse that the metaverse never actually was.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because oh man, because that in a way, like, that concept seems really cool, and especially like the VR aspect of metaverse and stuff like that. That's really neat. But it's just, I don't think they had the foundation of putting something together like that. And I hope this game can figure out what Meta did wrong and kind of convert it to something better in their, you know what I mean, convert it to where people actually want to play and be a part of it. And I think adding that storyline to the story arc and making it have a purpose other than just, hey, I own this lot of land online and it doesn't matter in the real world. Does that make sense? Yeah.
No, it totally makes sense. And
Yeah.
I think what it really comes down to is this is going to be 100% price related. It's like,
Mhm.
how much does this stuff actually cost in real world
Yeah.
dollars? I mean, if
Yeah.
we're talking I want to get a plot inside this kingdom and it's costing me like 100 real world dollars. Like that's absolutely insane. But like
Right.
if you're charging me $3 for this plot of land, like sure, whatever. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
yeah. Here's
So,
$3. Yeah,
yeah.
and I think it's one of those things like if we can like have a plot of the land next to each other, the Let's Talk Nerdy Jesters Club.
That would be pretty cool. So yeah.
There we go.
See?
We'll see you in Avalon.
Now-
Let's Talk Nerdy Jesters. Come on in.
Now you're excited. Yeah. So I'm excited for
bit.
the game. When it comes out, I'm gonna see what the pricing is like, and then I'll make my determination of whether we jump in. But yeah, if it's if a plot of land is less than $5, be on the lookout for the Let's Talk Nerdy tavern in Avalon.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right, Dave. So
All right.
moving on to our next topic, and we had talked about this game before, South Park Snow Day, but it didn't give us a good glimpse into the gameplay. Well, there is a gameplay trailer. Dave and I had kind of gone back and forth of whether or not we're going to talk about this because Dave's like, I don't know if I have anything good to say. So, but Dave, let's pull up the trailer and we can talk about it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up the trailer. Adam, has your thoughts of this game changed at all?
I will say it changed in a way where I didn't think this is where they were going with the game, if that makes sense. I didn't think this is where they were going with the gameplay, if that makes sense.
Are you more excited, less excited, or equally just kind of whatever?
I don't want to say I'm more excited. I'm more understanding of what type of game this is now, and it makes it so like gives me more interest in playing it rather than what I thought it was. And so if you're just watching, it's set like a co-op like action adventure game, and you can play with up to 3 friends if you're yeah, and that's kind of what you're seeing right now. So each character will have their own abilities and stuff like that. And you'll be able to, and the one thing about it, so there's 4 characters, like you play as a group of 4. You can play by yourself with AI. So that's kind of neat. Like if you don't want to play with anybody, you can play by yourself. You can play with a group of friends that you invite, or you can do open matchmaking and you'll play with 3 other randos.
Okay. Let's start with the good aspects. So yeah, guys, if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, we are seeing some story clips, which was a concern of mine. Is I did not think that this game was going to have a story, and we are seeing some story clips, which is welcoming. I mean, that's good. We're also seeing a very different style of combat where the original RPGs was a turn-based style combat system, and it looks like this one is going to be much more of like a button masher brawler style.
Yeah.
And honestly, I like that. I would prefer a button masher brawler than a turn-based RPG. I've just never really been into turn-based RPGs. They're fun, but they're not as exciting as just being able to smash buttons and kind of hit people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm excited for that aspect. What am I not excited for? And there's a few things that this trailer kind of solidifies the questions that I had. And to me, I'm just going to put it out here. This is the death of the South Park franchise for me. It is. I'm sorry. It is. I love the first 2 games. I love the Stick of Truth. I love the Fractured Butthole. I really, really wanted a 3rd installment of that game. Even if it was 2D turn-based, I don't care. That's the game that I wanted, because the franchise, the South Park IP, I'm not looking for incredible gameplay. I love the video game because I love the franchise and I want to experience the things that happen within that world of South Park, that happen within the story. I want an incredibly detailed, funny storyline that Matt Stone and Trey Parker always provide, and I'm not getting it with this game. The thing with the co-op, right? So you talked a lot about it, right? You can play multiplayer, but if you want to play solo, you can play solo, but you're going to be playing with 3 other CPU companions, right? That solidifies to me that this is not a story-based game. As much as they want to push the story narrative, this is not a story-based game. I think there's going to be a little bit of a storyline, but not nearly as in-depth and as exciting as the Stick of Truth and the Fractured But Whole, I think this is going to be more of a combat focus where it's like you and 3 other people just keep going to these random bases and killing all these enemies, and then like it's just like a horde. It's basically like a horde brawler is what I'm
Yeah.
getting.
I think I understand what you're saying with that. Like, yes, it's not what the games have been in the past. I don't think the story is going to be that in depth, like you say, because I do think it is more involved in the gameplay mechanics and having that, like, this the brawler feel to it. Go in there and just kill a bunch of people, and then you beat it. And just having some of that RPG, not RPG, the action adventure type of game. And for me, I've never been a South Park fan. So for this game, this is what I would gravitate towards more, if that makes sense, rather than the other stuff. But that's just because this is the type of game I like to play. However, I do understand, like, true South Park fans are definitely more interested in what South Park is and what it feels like and what games they've had in the past. And I see that in the comments all the time. It's like, this game isn't South Park. This game's stupid.
Yeah.
And so I could see that frustration in the true fans that I've read the messages or the chats or the comments and things like that. And I understand it. However, do you think that this is just a step before they get to a third one? Or do you think third one's never going to come?
No, I think unfortunately the third one's never going to come because they're putting all their eggs in this basket, right? And we talked about this when we talked about South Park the first time. You touched on it just a little bit right now, is like what they wanted to do was bring in a new audience. I get that. I get that. They did. They brought in a new audience. You were never interested in South Park. Now
Nope.
you're slightly interested in South Park. But let's be 100% honest right here. You're interested in South Park a little bit, but are you going to play this game?
Am I going to play this game?
Yeah.
If it goes on sale, yes.
If it goes on sale, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's just because, like, this isn't an IP that I've become accustomed to, and so yeah.
Yeah. So they're trying to gain a new audience, which they did, which is you. You are not a South Park fan. You didn't play the first 2 original games. They've reached out into a different category and tried to get something that, a different game type feel, right? And it's like, yes, you did gain a new audience, but how much of your loyal old audience did you lose? Because I'm not playing this game.
Dave's angry.
I'm not angry about it. I'm really not. I'm just being 100% honest. Like, I am not playing this game. And I when it comes to like a video game developer, you have to think about it from like a business standpoint. And it's like, and again, I don't want to offend anybody, but when it comes to South Park, like, I am a better customer than you. Does that make sense?
You 100% are.
Yeah, because I've bought the first 2 games at full price. Excited. I've bought the first 2 games. I've showed people the games. I'm like, this game's great. You got to, like, I've marketed the games for, like, you know what I mean? And they've kind of turned their back on their good customers to try to reach out to new customers. And that's like a business 101. Like, you should not do that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not playing this game. So they're putting all of their eggs in one basket. And I think that, unfortunately, this game is going to flop. And because this game flops, the South Park IP is not going to move into it. They're just not going to make another game.
Yeah, or at least for a long time. So
for a long time, because it's like, they've seen the success of the first 2 games. This one's going to totally flop, and they'll be like, oh, well, people don't care about South Park games anymore. Like, let's not make South Park games. And that's not accurate. People just didn't care about this South Park game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
right. Well, I mean, or they could. What if they go in, this game flops? They're like, wow, why did we stray away from what works and what people love? Let's go back to it. Like, let's release another one. Let's release an extended DLC of the game.
I mean,
the first game.
I'm all for letting bygones be bygones. And if you guys just want to push this one under the bridge and we all just agree that it doesn't exist and we just make South Park 3 the way that it should be, do it. Do it up. Do it up,
Okay.
boys. So
Yeah.
if
I don't know.
if they ever go back to the original style, I'm here for it. I'm a South Park fan. I love the IP. If they make South Park 3 the way that I think it should be made, and the way that I think fans of the series wanted it to be made, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it day.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna pre-order it. I'm gonna get it day one. I will pay full price for it. Not this.
But not this one.
Not this one. No, it's not happening.
Dave gives it a thumbs down.
Double thumbs down.
Double thumbs down. I thought it might, because I know in the first time we talked about it, you were very against because you thought it was like a team versus team aspect, and I know you're like, oh, I don't want this at all.
I think
And
it's
then
I think it's but that's the problem, is that's what I think it is, and I don't think it's a team versus
No,
team.
It's not a team versus team.
I don't think it's a team versus team. I think it's just your team versus CPU, which is even worse. You're not even playing against another team of people. It's just three. It's four people just going into this like base and just killing CPU guys, and then it's like, okay, you won, congratulations. Like, and it's gonna load. I can see it now. It's gonna load up with like like just how Call of Duty lobbies load up, where it's like you killed your kill death ratio was 4-3, and it's like, oh my god.
No, it's not going to be like
It's
that.
1000% gonna be like
no,
that.
it's going to be more like the Nazi zombies after you all die. It's like, oh, you killed 600 zombies and you died once. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like this kind of gameplay. I know it's not what you want for a South Park game, but for me, like if I'm gonna play it, it's because I'm never gonna play the other ones, like the turn-based RPGs, because those don't appeal to me, and like South Park doesn't really appeal to me during like that kind of setting, if that makes sense. So
yeah, I mean,
but whatever. I know you love it, and I know you love South Park, and you're kind of disappointed in this. So
I'm a little disappointed in this. I mean, it's fine. There's plenty of other games to keep me going. I mean, and don't get me wrong, guys. I could be totally wrong. I mean, this game could come out and people could absolutely love it and could be like the next Fortnite. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
You and your comparisons to most random games. And this is gonna be Fortnite.
You know what I'm saying though. Like, it could be super popular and people could really like it. And if people really like it, great. I mean, it's a game.
More power to them.
More power to them. I'm glad that people like the game, but just me.
Yeah.
I think I'm speaking for at least a few of the diehard South Park fans that are just honestly kind of disappointed that this is the game we're getting, when we've been waiting super long. I mean, it's been a super long time since the Fractured Butthole. It really has. Like, we're due for another South Park game, and it's just not the game.
And not this one.
Not the game the fans wanted. So
yeah, I know how you just said that South Park is like normally like they want to get you going. There's cartoons that get us all going when we were younger and all that stuff.
I was super excited to make this list. All right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, because South Park has let us down, we wanted to let me down. Adam not really let down by South Park. But because South Park has let us down, we decided that we wanted to draft a list of cartoons that would never, ever, ever let us down. Ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
Especially waking up in the morning for right before school, and all of your favorite TV shows are on TV before you go.
Little Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be drafting the best cartoon shows ever.
Draft of the best cartoon shows ever. Dave, flip the coin.
Super excited for this. I hope
Me
I
too.
get number one.
You got it?
No.
Ah, yes.
I was gonna take Adam's first pick and destroy his draft.
I don't know if you were going to.
Yeah, I know your first pick.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right. With the first overall pick of the cartoon draft, I am picking Rugrats.
Yeah, there it was.
Okay. Yeah. You can't go wrong with Rugrats.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it. We all knew it was coming. I'm surprised you didn't wear your shirt for this draft.
Oh, well, I would have, but I forgot.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, for my first overall pick, also no surprise here, I'm going to go Batman the Animated Series. I had to do it. I had to do it. I love me some Batman Animated Series.
All right. My second pick might shock you. And my second pick is a pup named Scooby-Doo.
A pup. Whoa, you're going a pup named Scooby Doo?
Dude, there was something about those animations of those goofy little kids and the way they like dance. It was so good. It was so good.
Does that mean that I can't have Scooby Doo because Scooby Doo's
Oh
on
no,
my
you can have
list?
dude. No, yeah, go for it.
Mm,
I think that's fair game.
no, I'm not gonna do
It's
it.
up to you.
No, I'm not gonna
Okay.
do it. Oh yeah, we can't do it. But I will have it be. I will let it be known that Scooby Doo was on my list. See, dude, we are. I took Iron Giant. Iron
That was a
Giant.
good, that was a good connection.
I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, with my second overall pick, even though I just crapped on it super hard, I'm taking South Park. I'm taking South Park.
Yep.
I love South Park. I've always loved the show. I've watched it for forever. I remember going into Media Play. I don't know if you remember Media Play, but Media Play was like Best Buy before Best Buy. And having to have my mom buy me VHS tapes of season 1 so that I could see this show. Yeah, love South Park. I'm taking South Park.
All right, my third pick is kind of another unique one. So my third pick is Samurai Jack.
I kind of saw this one coming.
Did you really?
Yeah, I
Samurai
did.
Jack, there's something about it. There's like not much dialogue, but just how cool he looks. And he's like taking out hundreds of enemies and stuff like that. It was so cool. With his little sandals.
Samurai Jack was cool.
Yeah, he was super cool. They made a video game about it too.
He reminds me of like Johnny Bravo if Johnny Bravo was a ninja.
Yeah. But just didn't talk.
But just didn't talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good pick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with my third overall pick, I'm going to go with the one and only Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
I love me some Ren and Stimpy.
I like it.
That was one show real quick. I had to actually like hide while I was watching because it was like the one show that my mom didn't want me to watch. So yeah,
That's awesome.
I would be
That's
like
awesome.
hiding watching Ren and Stimpy.
All right. Am I my fourth pick? Yeah.
Yeah. Four.
My fourth pick is Ed, and Eddie.
I kind of saw this one coming too.
So good.
You were a
So
Cartoon
good.
Network kid.
I was a good mix. I have a couple others that are not Cartoon Network.
Ed and Eddie is good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
so
it's
good.
a good show. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry.
with my fourth overall pick, I am going to go with King of the Hill.
Okay.
I love me
Okay.
some King of the Hill. Hank Hill's propane and propane accessories. So good.
God dang it, Bobby.
It's so funny. So funny.
Yeah.
Love King of the Hill.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Oh, I just said I wasn't going to go Cartoon Network, so I'll go with this way with my fifth overall pick. And I honestly would have put him at number 1, but I changed my mind. My fifth overall pick is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I kind of saw that one coming too.
Yeah, I should have put that one at 1 or 2, but I wanted to see. I wanted to let the draft kind of take place. So.
You knew I wasn't going to take Avatar. You knew
Yeah, I knew you
that
wouldn't.
pick was safe.
I was safe. I was a safe bet. So.
All right,
Such a
ladies
good
and
show.
gentlemen, with my last overall pick, I will be taking the dynamic duo of Beavis and Butthead.
Ooh, good one. Yeah, that's a great one.
Love me some Beavis and Butthead. So funny.
Yeah.
That I don't think you can go wrong. I think I got a pretty
Nope.
I think you have a nice little look into the style of show that I like, and it's very
Yeah.
grotesque.
That's okay. That's okay. You also got to look into mine. It's kind of childish.
I mean, it's a little bit more humble. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's a little bit more like, my list is Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy, South Park. I mean, I like the crude humor. Apparently,
I have some honorable mentions I have to bring up. SpongeBob, he would have been. I almost put him at like higher up, but I was like, Ed, and Eddie. You know, like the ones that really made. They're all good. They're all good. But SpongeBob, Dexter's Laboratory, Rocket Power, some Kim Possible, Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents. There's so many, and I've watched all of them.
I'm not gonna lie, this was the hardest draft to make.
It really is.
Just to like narrow it down to 10, because usually I'm kind of like looking things up, and this was the one list where I was just writing all of the shows that I actually like and remember, and I got to like 16, and I was like, okay, I don't need all of these, but
Right.
So many good cartoons, man. So many good cartoons. Little shout out. I want to shout out the Roadrunner. I love the Looney Tunes Roadrunner.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, all the Looney Tunes didn't make the list.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I love the Roadrunner though. Just
Yeah.
the Roadrunner is so funny to me because it's like I know exactly what's going to happen to Wile E. Coyote, and it's
Yep.
it's the exact thing that happens. And even though I know it's coming, I still laugh. I'm like, Wile E. Coyote's going to run really fast into that wall, and like you
Yep.
see it. Roadrunner goes through the tunnel, and then Wile E. Coyote just smashes right into the wall, and it's just hilarious. Yeah,
Yep.
love it. Little Transformers. Don't know. You remember Transformers? Yeah.
Mhm.
X-Men. I also have Scooby-Doo on my list. The X-Men
Jeez, man,
series,
so many.
yeah, dude. I
So
put the
many.
Flintstones on my list, the Jetsons, like so many good episodes.
Batman Beyond, Teen Titans, Ben 10. There's so many. I have a list of them pulled up now. Dude, Amazing Spider-Man didn't make our list. Dude, there's so many. Ooh, the Codename Kids Next Door. I don't know if you ever watched those. Those
Yep.
were fun.
Yeah,
Futurama we didn't have on our list.
yeah. Futurama didn't make the list.
Yeah, the Boondocks.
Boondocks didn't make the list. There's so many. There's literally
there's-
so many cartoons.
Yeah, Star Wars, Clone Wars. Like, sorry, I could go on and on. A newer one though, Rick and Morty.
Rick
That
and-
was
yeah,
on our. That was. It's so good.
I was almost hoping that you put Rick and Morty on the list because I feel like we
Mhm.
might get a little hate without putting Rick and Morty on the list. But
Yeah, Rick and Morty's so good.
yeah,
All right, I should stop because I'm still just
Bob's
scrolling.
Burgers. The
Bob's Burgers.
The Simpsons didn't make the list.
Dang, we should have probably done our top 20 cartoon shows.
We probably should have done the top 20. But yeah, guys,
Yeah.
let us know down in the comments. Let us know down in the comments which cartoon shows would have made your list because yeah, there's a lot.
There's too many.
There's a lot of IPs, and I'm excited to see what you guys are
Mhm.
into.
Jimmy Neutron. Okay, I'm done.
There's so many.
I'm done.
You're
I'm
gonna go
done.
deep down
And
the
now-
rabbit hole.
I know, because man, and the thing is like, it's not like, you know, when you watch TV shows, like you watch it through, and like you forget about them. But like cartoons, for whatever reason, like I've seen almost every episodes of every show I mentioned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I can remember like quotes from all of them, or like for example, like SpongeBob. May I take your hat? Or, can you take hats in a dignified manner? And then Patrick's like, you mean like a weenie? May I take your hat, sir? Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. I'm not a Krusty Krab. Okay, I'm done. All right, let's move on to our next game.
Let's move on.
Greenfield.
No.
Oh, what's next?
Post Scriptum.
Oh, Scriptum.
Yeah.
Man, so you having too much stuff in this tonight's episode.
We're jam packing it in.
Yeah. Scriptum, a World War II FPS that's actually been out since 2018. And the reason why we bring it up, Dave, would you like me to go into it right away?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So essentially why we're bringing this up is it's a game that's been out since 2018. Well, at the beginning of the year, the CEO ended up firing it was owned by Periscope's, like that's the developer, and the CEO fired all the devs and cut all support for the game. So all the fans of this game were like devastated. This game's dead. Like the servers are dead, everything's dead, no content. And so what had happened is it has been bought by, oh wow, I didn't write it down. I think it's Offline Games or something like that. Wait, here we go. Offworld Industries bought the rights to this game, and they are the creators of Squad, which is another tactical shooter, realism, like military game. And so Postscriptum actually started out as a mod for that game, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So they took it over, and now, and the reason why we bring it up is because there's so much more new hope for this game. And for me, I love World War II, like era, like combat and stuff like that. And so we bring it up is because there's a new hope that Offworld is going to make promises, or make the promises, or go back to the promises that this game had already like put out there. And that's, they are going to guarantee new maps, new features, a new faction, new weapons, a whole bunch of new stuff, and a 2024 roadmap. And they're bringing in Mercury Studios, which they were the ones developing some of the maps and stuff. And then Periscope was like, nope. And just like, and they were doing it for free. So Mercury is just modders building this game for free. But now Offworld Industries is going to compensate them for everything that they've done in the past and what they're going to do for them in the future. And so I think that's really cool. And like I said, the reason why I'm bringing this game up is because this is the type of game I love in terms of like tactical shooters and FPS. And yeah, and that's really why I wanted to bring it up. So we can you want to pull up the trailer?
Yeah, let's pull up the trailer. The CEO that you're talking about that fired everybody, is that CEO still part of the organization?
No, Offworld Industries just took it away from Periscopes, like bought it, took the rights, and so they're not even involved anymore at all.
Okay, because I just wanted to throw it out there. Do you know when that CEO fired everybody?
No, I don't.
Over
in like January.
Oh, no, over Christmas break.
Oh dang, what a jerk.
He waited until everybody went on Christmas break and then fired everybody and didn't.
Oh, that's right.
And didn't tell them that they were fired when they came back from Christmas break. They tried to log into all of their stuff, and they were just all terminated.
Yeah, I didn't see that because they were trying to log in. That's so funny. But if you look in the trailer, like overall, like the game looks really cool. It's got a lot of depth to like the combat and just the atmosphere of the game. It feels very World War II when you're watching it.
It does feel
You know what I
very
mean?
World War II.
Yeah, and that's why I'm super excited about this kind of game. However, so I did buy this game today. I bought it today, and I was like, let me get an understanding of what this game was before Offworld puts their but their blood, sweat, and tears into this game.
Yeah,
Essentially, like put their effort into it and put it back on track.
Okay. Okay, so I think the timeline is like kind of convoluted for me. When is Offworld going to take over and start making these changes?
So they already have the game. Like the game is theirs. They're working on the changes right now.
Okay.
And so they posted on the Twitter. It's like change is coming. We don't have a specific timeline, but it's coming soon. And they said like be on the lookout for the next couple weeks, if that makes sense. So they're going to start releasing some of this huge changes, and the changes that they're including is, like I said, all those like the new features and stuff like that, but also big game improvements in terms of graphics, performance. They're redoing, like they're essentially erasing a lot of like the bad of the game. Like they're not starting from scratch, but they're getting rid of almost everything except for the bones. They're doing new character animations, new gun animations. They're doing new tank like elements. So they're essentially making a new game from a bad game, essentially.
And the version that you have right now is essentially the bad game. So
Yes.
you've played the bad game that everybody
Yes.
has been kind of dealing with for the past 6 years.
Yep.
Okay.
And so when I was in it, like overall the game feels fun. Like it feels like it should be fun. It relies on a lot of communication. It relies on like being not stealth, but you have to like be aware of like it's not like Call of Duty where you can just run across the road and like survive. Like no, you have to like find a better route to get across the road, or you're gonna get shot by 40 people shooting at you trying to cross the road.
More tactical, more not like a Call of Duty, but what's the other one? Tom Clancy.
Yeah, tactical like shooter, like Rainbow Six almost, but like it's just large scale too. So it's really cool, and the mechanics of the game, I think, like I said, the foundation of the game is really fun, and that's why I was intrigued by it, and I think a lot more people are going to be a lot more intrigued about it because IGN, like, there's going to be better marketing, especially because Offworld's taking it over, if that makes sense, because they even with Squad came out in 2020, they're still releasing good content, good updates, and things like that. So I think with this, they're like, we promise, like this game's not gonna like just die anymore. Like it's gonna be like cared for and like expanded upon, and I think that's why there's gonna be a new hope for the game.
What do you think they need to do to get this player base back though? Because
I think the marketing.
It's been
honestly,
so long.
Yeah,
this game is almost 6 years old. Like how many people like that got burnt by this game really even care anymore?
I read a lot of the comments. Based off the comments and a lot of like some of the videos I watch, all of them is like, new hope, we're coming back, like, and then but the thing is like I had never heard about this game before, and I like I saw the trailer and I was like, wait, is this a brand new game? And I was like, this is sweet. So I think it's going to bring somebody that's never heard the game because like I said, this started out as a mod, not even a real game. So like the marketing wasn't there. Everybody's doing it essentially for free. And then they finally like, oh, this is a game. We're releasing it as a game of its own. And so now I think there's going to have the actual marketing behind it. It's going to have the game developers actually behind it. People are being paid to make the game, not just, hey, will you make this game for us and we'll pay you eventually, or we'll give you something eventually. And so I think that's what's going to bring people back to the game.
So what do they need to fix?
Oh, what do they need to fix? Kind of like I said, it was really like not glitchy, but like a lot of graphical errors, a lot of texturing issues, some drop frames, things like that. But and then just not mechanics, just the overall. I'm trying to think, like animations. Like the animations are kind of but other than that, the game is fun. Like I think, and then just to complete the game, essentially, there's things about it. It's like, well, this isn't done, or this isn't done.
Did you have a problem when you were getting into the matchmaking, like finding matches?
Nope. And I think that's due to the fact that there's a new light on the game, and so people are coming back to play it, because that was what I had been reading about. Is like there's just nobody in the servers anymore. But there's almost too many servers. All of the ones I saw were full, if that makes sense. And there's
Really?
like a waiting list in some of them. Yeah. So like some of the servers had waiting lists, or like not waiting lists, but like a queue. And I was like, well, I want this one that has 80 or 79 out of 80 people. Like I'm just going to hope to get into that one. So no, I think this is helping the game come back. And I think the updates will make it come back even faster.
I mean, it's definitely helping the game come back, because at one point this game had a player base of 56 players. Do you know that?
Oh yeah, there was at least 8 servers full of 80 people.
That's
at least. And I didn't keep scrolling because I was like, I don't want to waste my time. So I just found the first one I could get into.
Yeah.
I would say it's hard. It's hard. I sucked. I'm like, what do I do? I'm like the private, like, all right, hey everybody, bang. I'm like, well, I'm dead.
So what are you doing? Like, what are you doing when you load into this? What's the goal? Is there like some type of mission goal, or is it just kill everybody?
I think it's kind of like a control, like kind of like a domination, or you know how Battlefield has those like capture the point, things like that.
Yeah.
There's different modes, but I just jumped into one that I was like, let me just see how the gameplay is. So I actually had no idea what I was doing. I was following my squad leader, and I was like, just like I said, I'm like a little like never been in the army before. This is my first mission, and just bang dead, bang dead. And I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. And I think part of it is like the graphic wise, they need to improve, because I couldn't see anybody. Like the enemies that were shooting me, I'm like, where did I just die from?
You like couldn't even see where you're getting shot from.
I think it's because I had such bare guns, and I'm trying to like snipe people like miles away with World War II weapons, and it just wasn't happening. So, and then like it was funny. They're like, like our commander is like, fire, like suppressing fire, and I was like, okay, I'm just bang, 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 like just shooting into the air, hoping I'm shooting the right direction. She's like, all right, move. I'm like, this is kind of cool. Like it feels like very tactical, and like you have to listen to your commanding officer, and I thought that was neat. So that's why I'm excited about this game. And I think more people are going to become excited about this game.
How do you get to become the commanding officer?
Oh, you can make a squad. Like if you want, you can make your own squad, and people can join it, and then you're the commanding officer, and so you have to give direction. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cool, but I don't know what to do yet. So
You need to make a squad. You need to make a squad. Adam, commanding officer Adam.
This is your CEO, Adam.
Adam's leading the charge and can't even see the enemies. He's just like, shoot anything that moves.
Run, charge! And all of a sudden I turn around, and all my former players are dead, and they leave my squad.
Adam's whole squad just backs out, like a mutiny situation, just leaves you left for dead.
That's so funny. But no, I'm excited about this. I don't know. It looks cool, and I'm excited that there's hope to the game now. I just want to help shed some light to it for getting more people to play.
I mean, that's cool, man. That's cool. I mean, all the people that kind of got taken for a ride on the first go around. I mean, hopefully they make good on it. But I was surprised, because I was like, this game is old. 6 years old at this point. Like who's honestly really gonna care But you have shown me that people actually do care because the lobbies were
Yeah.
full. So
And I will say there's another World War II game called Hell Let Loose, and it's not, I think it's very similar. It's very similar to this type of game where like it's tactical and stuff like that. And they're starting to say like this game should overtake that game because that one's the popular World War II tactical shooter. And so they're starting to say like, oh, this is going to overtake Hell Let Loose because of what they have the foundations of and that people are really interested again. So we'll see. We'll see.
in true World War II fashion, they're trying to conquer other territories.
Yep. With that said, Dave, how well do you know World War II?
I'm going to be honest. I have been petrified of this moment all week since you said you better study up. I just want to throw it out there that I am a C+ student.
Dave failed history class.
I am a C+ student, and I do not know World War II very well. But I think just maybe hopefully common sense would just get me through what's about to happen. So why don't you go ahead and tell them what's going to happen, and I'm going to just take a second to cry on the inside.
So we are going to play World War II fact or crap. I have 5 facts or craps here for you, Dave, and you're going to tell me if it's fact or crap. Starting with the first one. The last Japanese soldier surrendered in 1974.
Oh, fact.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
So he was in the Philippines, and I think his unit got overrun, and so he went into hiding for I think 30 plus years, and then he killed civilians of this village, saying no, the war is over. His commanding officer hey dude, it's over. He's like, oh, is it? I surrender. So that's kind of how that happened. All right, so second one.
I remember hearing about that story.
Isn't that crazy?
Let's go.
That's such. Just hiding. All right.
1 for 1.
5,000.
One for 1.
Second fact. 5,000 pilots died during training.
During training?
Yep.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with fact.
It's crap.
Damn.
Actually 15,000 deaths as training.
Damn. That's a lot, dude.
30% of pilot deaths occurred out of conflict.
No more
That's
practice,
crazy, right?
boys. No more practice. We don't need to practice. You just save it for the real thing.
Yeah, at this point. All right. Third fact. Poland had a bear serve in the military.
A bear?
Mm-hmm.
Like a grizzly bear?
A bear.
I'm gonna go with fact because
it is a fact.
Yes, I'm gonna go with fact because it sounds ridiculous. Like they want me to say crap, but I'm too common sense. Common sense.
Okay. Next, or the fourth fact: Hitler's nephew served in the U.S. Navy.
Crap.
Fact.
That's a fact?
Yeah, he was actually from the Great Britain. And he fled to the United States, joined the military, and got an honor of bravery.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see that one coming.
There you go.
Freaking
all right.
Plot twist.
Very big plot twist. All right. Last fact, or number 5, is World War II started in 1937.
Oh, I should know this. I'm 2 out of 4 right? So this determines whether I did do good or crappy.
Yep.
Oh
yep.
no. That's crap. I feel like it was earlier.
It's crap, but it was later, 1939.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I meant. It's crap.
You got
it was
3
later.
out of 5.
Let's go.
Good job, Dave.
I told you I am a C+ student. And I just got me a 60 right there. So let's go.
So that's a D. That's a D.
Well, I mean, it's just because there wasn't enough questions.
I know. I understand. All right. Now we're moving on to Greenfield. Dave, take it away. This is a game that you brought to our attention.
Yeah.
And let's hear about it.
Let's pull up the trailer because I think people gotta kind of see what we're doing here. And I'm actually super excited about this game. So, guys, if you're just listening on the Spotify, what we're looking at is a very this reminds me a lot of like Little Nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a very Little Nightmares kind of style gameplay. And basically, what we're looking at is it's like Little Nightmares, but like I I don't know how to explain it. It's not like scary. It's more of like technologically advanced. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Does that make any
Yeah, I would
sense?
say, yeah, it's got a feel of like,
Like that part with the
now I'm
shark,
blanking.
the
Yeah.
part with the shark and stuff, and we're seeing like we're seeing like very interesting types of things where it's like Little Nightmares is basically just you kind of like going throughout the world. This is like Little Nightmares, but you have like abilities and like you can
Mm-hmm.
like right now he's driving a boat, like you can drive boats, and like he had a jetpack on and you can jetpack through
Yeah.
these things, and we're seeing these like very cool kind of like animations, like he's flying through there, and like I don't know, it just looks really, really cool to me, and I'm excited for this game. Are you excited
I
at all
think
for this?
No, I really am, and I have some good notes on it. And so what I think it is like almost like so the way I kind of read it, and it feels like it's a fractured mind of your main character. You know what I mean? He's trying to piece together things that's going wrong in his life, I think.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. That's
No.
kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. It's like he's broken on the inside and he's trying to piece things together, and that's kind of why the worlds that he's in, or the it's an island that he's in, is broken, and he's trying to figure out why.
That's a good kind of analogy. So yeah, this game is going to take place on an island. And basically what's going to be happening is you're exploring this island facility with like remnants of lost technologies is what they call it. So
Mm-hmm.
you could see we were going through in the trailer, and you saw that clip of like the shark spinning around in the tank, and like the bird kind of trapped to the nest and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be some very cool like technological things in here, and the way that they've kind of worked this through is you're going to be moving through various stations, and each station is going to be connected to a certain type of energy, whether that energy is going to be like combustion or wind or magnetic or hydro or light. Each area is going to have like its own kind of feel and have its own type of like energy source. So I feel like this is going to be very cool because it's going to be like Little Nightmares, but it's going to be like Little Nightmares, and it's going to have more like gameplay variations to it, where
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get into these aspects of like, okay, this is like the Hydra zone, right? So now all of these puzzles and stuff are going to have a lot to do with like water, or like, oh, this is like the wind zone, right? So now these puzzles are going to have a lot to do with like wind and stuff like that. And like we talked about, Little Nightmares is just kind of like jumping around and figuring out how to solve these puzzles. This
Mm-hmm.
is much more going to be like you're gaining abilities and stuff like that as you go through
Yeah.
the story. So gaining the abilities to, like we said, like with the jetpack, and to use all the vehicles and stuff like that. I think it's Little Nightmares, but with a lot more variety and a lot more like intricate abilities to it, which is really, really cool. I think it's sick.
I think, and even you saying that, like, yes, there's more intricacies to this game than like Little Nightmares. It still seems simple, but very fun. Does that make sense? Like, it's got to feel like, yeah, there's a lot more to this, but it's still the way this developer, and I'm also impressed that it's only one developer. Like,
Yes.
putting a game together like this is insane to me by
It's
yourself.
absolutely insane. And just real quick
Yeah.
shout out, it's being developed by 6 Foot Giraffe, and really that's just the name of one person. The guy's name is
Yeah.
Kyle Smith. He just created that studio in order to operate
Yeah.
under, but this is literally one guy making this game, which is absolutely
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. Kudos to you.
Well done.
Round of applause.
Well done, Kyle. Well done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well done. So that's why I'm super impressed with this game. Just the overall feel with this game. And like I said, it seems like it's going to have some sort of the story elements of this game is going to focus on like struggle and pain. I think you kind of see it in like when he's coming up to that lady towards the end of the trailer, like, you know what I mean? He's has in that, and the world around him is broken, but also like, I don't know if you saw, like, I think at the end where it says like the rating, and it's gonna be like alcohol, and so maybe like there's some alcoholic, you know what I mean, stuff like that. I think it's gonna be deep, and like something happened in this guy's life, and like he's trying to piece together like how can you become whole again, if that makes sense.
I think that's like
I don't know.
a very astute observation. And honestly,
Yeah.
you can kind of see it in the gameplay too of like just how everything's presented. I mean, there's like it's a very dramatic feel when you're looking at
Hmm.
like the color tone that was used in this game and like these like kind of the way that things are displayed, like with the shark and the tank and everything, where it's like the light was up front but then back in the darkness you saw the shark spinning around, and it's like,
Yeah.
is it a situation of like, well, I'm here now, but like that darkness is still with me.
Lingering
Yeah,
around you.
still lingering.
Yeah.
The darkness is still lingering and stuff like that. And
Yeah. So I think,
I think it's really cool.
yeah, that's what I think this game is supposed to make you feel. It's supposed to have like that. I don't know. I just think it's really neat in the way he's portraying it, and it's got us thinking about it too. Like, there's a lot of these like smaller indie games. There's like just go have fun. You know what I mean? Like, and I think this one's getting you to think of like, why is this guy in this setting, or why is this guy in this world? Like, what's going on? And I think that's pretty cool with this game.
Yeah. So Kyle actually did a little interview about this game, and one of the things that he said is they asked him to describe this game, right? And his kind of description was like, it's like reading a book where each page is a new mystery to unlock or a new puzzle to solve. And I think,
Oh, cool.
yeah, I think that's very, very cool. So it's like, I talked about this a little bit when we did the Little Nightmares 3, is like, I love Little Nightmares, right? And I've played 1 and 2, and I will be playing number 3. But you kind of asked me like, what is Little Nightmares about? And my honest answer to you was, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Just play.
I don't know. I played Little Nightmares 1 and 2, and it's like, it's one of those games where it's like you're nothing storyline based is really kind of happening until the very end, and then the very end, like some like big like moment happens. But it's like, I don't really know the storyline. You know what I mean? And I think like if somebody were to be like, yo, explain Little Nightmares, like the storyline, I would just honestly be like, I got nothing for you. You know what I mean? And I think this game is going to be like Little Nightmares. It's going to have those same like very cool puzzle solving, things that we're all accustomed to when we're playing games like this. But it's going to have some depth, and it's going to have a storyline. And it's like, you're going to be not only in Little Nightmares, you're kind of solving these puzzles to unlock the path. I feel like in this game, you're going to be solving these puzzles to unlock the path as well as unlock the story. And that's what's really exciting me, because I love these styles of games. I'm a puzzle solver. I'm a chill kind of game. Like, I love these chill kind of games, and like to have one that's going to have a really cool storyline attached to it, I'm super excited for it.
Yep. Thumbs up from us.
Thumbs
Mr.
up
Kyle
from me.
Smith.
Yeah, thumbs up from me. If you like Little Nightmares, definitely give this one a look over. And again, we can't say enough about Kyle. Just to if you guys are only on the Spotify and you haven't looked at the trailer yet, jump over to YouTube and look at the trailer and just see that like one guy made this game. It's absolutely insane to think that one guy made this game. So yeah, I'm super excited
Very
about
talented.
it. It's going to be coming out at some point 2024, but it's definitely going to be on my radar. I'm grabbing it as soon as it comes out.
Definitely, Dave.
Are you grabbing it?
Ready to move on?
Are you
I'm gonna get this. This is gonna be one that I won't play right away, but I'm gonna watch you play it, and then I'll get it eventually.
This is ripe for a Let's Play series.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's perfect for you.
It's perfect for the Let's Play. Okay, let's move on to the final game of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen.
Go for it.
Oh, I was going to bail you out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not know if I'm saying this right. The last game of the evening, NAKWON Last Paradise?
NAKWON.
No.
One of those words.
NAKWON.
Yeah. Last Paradise.
Last Paradise.
Which is made by Mint Rocket, which is the creator of Dave the Diver, which is a game that you were super interested that we've talked about in the past.
Yep.
And now we'll kind of get into this. All right. Starting off right away, we've seen this game before. Not this game specifically. We've seen this done before. So let's pull up the trailer and just kind of go from there.
Just so y'all can get an idea of where this is going. When Adam threw this idea at me, the first text that I sent back to him was, "Oh my god, another zombie game."
Yeah. And so what this one is a third-person extraction survival shooter. You'll play with 16 other people in the server. You'll play against the zombies. That's okay. Takes place in Seoul. Is that in North Korea? South Korea, right?
Yeah, in Seoul.
Yeah. Yep. In Seoul, South Korea. And essentially what you're seeing is like, so it's very like slow. Like you have to like distract the zombies. You make sounds. They're attracted to them. It's really dark, or it has a day and night cycle, but it's really dark. The zombies actually look like they are powerful. They're not just like, you know what I mean? And then you can see that you can fight other characters. You can help the zombies attack the other players, which is kind of funny. And like right there, that's scary. Like the game has a scary feel to it, which I think some of these zombie games are lacking. You know what I mean?
I was surprised, honestly, when I looked at this. I was like, because like I said, the first thing I said to Adam was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna do another zombie game." Like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
this isn't a zombie shooter, more or less.
No.
This was a very different vibe. So I was looking at this game and I was getting more of like Hitman, almost like
Yeah.
you did like a combination of Hitman and like Last of Us. That's what I got. This
Yeah.
game is very focused on being stealthy and stuff like that. Are you excited for this game though?
I am much more excited than this, and this is kind of like I'm much more excited for this than Daisy, or not Daisy. I'm more excited for this than Day Before. To be
Why?
honest, I think this one seems like how a zombie game should be, if that makes sense to you. I just think that it has the elements that the Day Before's promised in terms of like great mechanics of the gameplay, great feel of the gameplay. We're promising you this. But the difference is they're showing us everything that they're going to give us, and they're not trying to like string people along. They're like, this is what you're going to get. This is how the gameplay looks. They show 20 minutes in the gameplay. So that's not what we watched in our trailer. So we'll put that link in the description, but they're showing us what the game's going to be. And for me, I like when zombie games are dark. I like when zombie games are scary. You know what I mean? Like I want to feel like I have to try to survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't get that same feel from watching the things that the Day Before has released. And people still don't think the Day Before is a real game. They do not think it's going to be coming out in early access on December 7th. With this one, like they say this one's also coming out very soon, but I just think this looks better than the Day Before.
I think it looks better than Days Before.
Yeah.
But again, it's another situation of like, okay, let's rewind a little bit. So what's happening here is, like Adam talked about, 16-player PvE. What your goal here in this game is going to be to go into the city and loot stuff, right? So it's almost like the same kind of concept, right? Because you need you need this loot to survive and sell goods and stuff like that. And they said something about paying rent or something. Like you need to like go into the city and like loot stuff in order to pay rent or something like that. And I was like, okay, so this is going to be a situation where there's no real storyline. It's just kind of like how many times can you do this before you get bored?
And I think that's where I think this game has what's called citizen rank, and what this does, I think this is cool. And I know the Day Before has something similar in terms of like you're helping the what is that called? Like the people, the group,
The community?
yeah, but what do you call it? Not the cult, like the settlement. You have to help grow the settlement. Which,
Okay.
yeah, cool. Like you're trying to grow the settlement in the Day Before, but in this, you're trying to grow yourself. You're trying to, and so that's what the citizen rank comes into play, where you like sell stuff, and which the higher you rank up, grants you access to more privileges, so more locations, more, I'm guessing, like quicker to upgrades and stuff like that. And I think that's cool, and more access to different things. And I think that's cool. And I wonder, like, you don't know in the day before, are they going to have something similar? And that's why I think this one's much cooler, because you're growing yourself, not so much the settlements.
I mean, I think that kind of works. It's going to work a lot better for most gamers, because I feel like most gamers are selfish gamers, and there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'll be honest, I can load in and not really care about the community. I just kind of want,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just playing games. So I think that's going to work better.
Yeah.
But also, so like, I've talked about this game style a lot, and it's like, as a gamer, and I think there's a lot of gamers out there like me, I need a definitive end. I need closure when I play a game, and I feel like
And that's why this game doesn't appeal to you.
Am I
But
just
it appeals to me.
Am I just like absolutely crazy that like I need some type of like storyline with closure in order to play a game? Is that
No,
is that
I think
absolutely
there's-
crazy?
No, I think there's many different types of gamers, and I don't think that one way is wrong, one way is right. Like, I love story games, but I also like a game that has the replay value of me leveling up, growing bigger, being the strongest at the top, or I'm still getting strong, or they release something else, I have to go get this gun. And like, I think that's why I don't need the closure, is because like there's always something to strive for. Like, I'm always getting my character to level up, or I'm always getting new equipment. And I think that's the difference. Where it's like, but the story, I love story. Like, I beat many story games, but for me, once the story's over, the game's over. But for a game like this, the game never ends, and I think that's cool. Hence why, like with the Division 2, like you can get like 1,000 ranking is like the highest that you can get, like that actually means anything for like your player. But you can get up, like there's no cap. Like you can get up to like 100,000, which is nobody's up there like without cheating. But that's what I think is cool. And then like when somebody like then a character or a player comes in, like, wow, this guy's played a lot. Like he's the guy I want to go to when I want to like learn something. Or on my end, like I'm so low and I kill a dude that's like ranked 15,000. I'm like, I've only been playing this game for 20 minutes. This guy sucks. You know what I mean?
You suck.
Exactly. So that's why I think there's just different gamers. And I don't think you don't have to be in love with this type of game, but I think you can have an appreciation of how cool this game looks to me.
I mean, I have an appreciation for. I was just honestly like, I feel like I might be a little crazy that like I need that type of closure, because for me, it's like, like you said, when you get that closure, the game's over, and like
Yeah.
I just feel like I would much rather have that situation. Like, yes, the game is over, but it's like it ended on such a like you watch that end cutscene, and you're like, I beat it, like it's ultimate high, and you're like, boom, on the shelf. Like this game, like I get it. You like that there's always something to strive for, but this style of game does end. It does end for you, and it ends. It ends when you're just bored of it.
No, it ends when I don't have time.
But also, like
because I'm going back to Division 2. I had finally shut up about the Division 2, but
go ahead,
I'm bringing it back up.
Go back to it.
I didn't quit the Division because I was bored. I quit because I ran out of time. And I'm probably going to run out of time with this game, but I'm trying to put as much time into it as I can. But that's why I quit the Division 2. It's because I ran out of time, and because I love the Division. I would gladly go back if I didn't work 60 hours a week. You know what I mean? And I think that's my issue, is like games like this take time, and that's where like it's a struggle for some people. But here's the thing. With a game like this, every time you go into a lobby or into a server, something different can happen. You know what I mean? Like, because like there's zombies, or you'll find another piece of equipment that you haven't found in 6 runs, and like now you're playing extra careful. Your heart's racing because you don't want to get killed by some noob hiding in a corner. You know what I mean? Or you don't want to get killed by a zombie because you made the wrong move. Like, and I think that's why you can get some of that adrenaline of some of those story games that you get all the time, and that closure. The closures once you get out and you're like, oh, whew, I made it. And I think that's kind of where I still get the excitement for games like this.
I mean, I see it. I do see it. I don't know. I feel like for however many divisions, like yes, you have division, right? You have
Mhm.
you have a game like this as you love that you will play all the time. But is that the norm? Or
Is it the norm?
is that the norm that you fall in love with a game so much that you that you will continuously play it? Like how many of these style games on the other end of the spectrum did you just get bored of and stop playing?
I mean, you can go like I could say the same with Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Like I've played every single Call of Duty, never got bored. Minus I got annoyed, and so I quit playing because I just don't like the way the gameplay's gone now. But in terms of like, I have plenty of games that have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of the same thing over and over. Like Overwatch 2, I don't even want to tell you how many hours I have in that game. Or Overwatch, the first Overwatch, not Overwatch
The
2.
first
I don't have very
Overwatch,
many
yeah,
enough.
yeah, two,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the reason,
You crapped on two pretty hard.
yeah, I did. But the only reason I quit playing that game is that became, and it might happen with this game, and that's what happened with Call of Duty is it's the community becomes toxic or it's just not fun to play anymore because of the community. Because I love Overwatch, and like if I didn't have such issue with the people I'd play with or like the randoms I would get, I'd still probably be playing it. But it's the community behind it. If it becomes toxic, like Call of Duty's become, and the gameplay mechanics have become crap, then that's what pushes me away from the game. Not so much getting bored; it's just what happens in the game.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just like weary of being reliant on a community because of my
Yeah.
experiences in community games that I just like want to
Mhm.
be a sheltered gamer and just play everything by myself, alone,
Right.
offline.
So I mean, I don't know. And like we're you and I are two different types of gamers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's the games that you like. There's the games I like, and we're always going to have that. The more we talk about games that pop up, and this is a game I'm excited about, and I'm gonna get it, and I'll probably put tons of hours in it.
I think, honestly, it looks more exciting to me than the typical zombie shooter.
Mhm.
When it comes to these gameplay mechanics, I love me some Hitman and some stealthy stuff,
Yeah.
and like
Mhm.
it reminds me of almost like a yeah, just like Hitman, but also like a Last of Us almost, where it
Yeah.
has like it obviously has those moments of like
Mhm.
mayhem and chaos, but realistically you're trying to sneak around and stuff like that. And I was pleasantly surprised when I looked up the gameplay trailer because I was like, Adam sent me another zombie shooter. And
Yeah.
I'm
I feel like I'm
"Ah."
done with this.
Yeah,
I'm done
but
with this.
I was surprised. So yeah, this game, it does look, it doesn't, it's not something that is going to attract me, but I'm excited that it's kind of different from what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. 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 I'm pretty excited about it.
With that being said, though, you're excited for this game.
Mhm.
We talked about it a lot. We've been talking a lot about zombie games,
Yeah.
lot about zombie games, and I want to
We
know:
have been.
is the zombie field getting oversaturated?
So I have a couple questions to that to kind of fill your question, and it's like separate questions. I think the first question you got to ask is why are there so many games like this? I think that's a big one to ask. Why is zombies such a way to go? Or like why do so many developers make these games? And I think the reason for that is it's easy. You know what I mean? There's always going to be followers of zombie games. And I saw this too. It's like zombies are dead people already, and so if like you're going the moral route, it's like you're killing dead things. So I mean, like if that's an argument, like sure, like yeah, you're killing things that are already dead, so there's no like morally wrong with it.
Yeah.
But I just think like zombies, the post-apocalyptic, like that's an easy like storyline. Like you can. And it's the same thing too, you know what I mean? Like, oh, everybody's undead, you got to go kill them all, or like we got to survive. So like, I think it's just so easy, and there's a lot of similar games, but every game has like a little bit of like a different feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like different elements each are different in that aspect. Like, you know what I mean? Like Call of Duty zombies are different than Left 4 Dead zombies, or Dying Light is different than Zombies Ate My Neighbor. You know what I mean? Like there's different things, and I think that's what keeps.
That one's way different.
I know. I just wanted to throw it up there because it's one of your favorite zombie games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's why they make so many of these games is because it's so easy, but they can also put their spin on it, if that makes sense.
I think you're 100% right. I think
Mhm.
like it's almost cop out level easy, right?
Yeah.
It's like, do you have a great idea? No. Okay. Let's just make a zombie game then, because it's gonna work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we talked about this all the time, where like, we were talking about how there's no original ideas left in Hollywood. Do you remember this conversation? We were talking
Yep.
about the movies,
Yep.
and it's like, okay, there's a very simple way for them to get them to stop doing this. Stop buying it. Stop.
Right.
Like, if you're sick of zombie games, stop buying zombie games. You know what I mean?
And I don't think I think there's more people that love zombies so much they don't care.
Yeah.
And like you said, the people that don't want to play zombie games anymore, just don't play them.
Just don't play
And
them.
like
Yeah.
that's not gonna hurt. Like, yeah, they're gonna make them still, but like, you don't have to play them. There's other games. I will say though, like, name off the top of your head. Can you name a very unique zombie game off the top of your head? Like, as of recent days.
As of recent days, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's so hard.
I can't. I think
Yeah.
I think probably the most unique one was Dead Rising. Or in the
That
mall.
one was fun. Yeah. Yeah. Where you just blow up everything and have done tons of weapons.
I think that was the most unique one, because it's like,
Yeah.
you were in a situation where you're kind of trapped somewhere, and it was like,
Yeah.
you had like all these different like types of weapons, and so that was probably the most unique one I've ever seen. But I
Right.
mean, I feel like it doesn't have to be unique, because people are going to eat it up either way.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that's why there's so many zombie games, because there's such a following and love for zombies in general, and they're always going to be that way. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't think that we're just trying to crap on zombie games. It's just more so we were trying to come up with a conversation like, why are there so many? And I think we kind of answered that like pretty quickly.
And
so.
I think, and I think one of the things that, like, I really want to bring out there is, like, Adam asked me, do you think zombie games are oversaturated? And I kind of like, I really thought about that question, because I wanted to put together like a very thoughtful kind of answer here. And I think I'm not really even kind of relating this to just zombie games. I'm just kind of relating this to games as a whole. This is a very opinionated statement. It's like, are zombie games oversaturated? Well, that depends if you like zombie games or not.
Yeah.
If you love zombie games, if you love zombie shooters, there's never enough zombie shooters. If you're not into zombie shooters, there's probably too many zombie shooters out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and I think it's very opinionated, right? So
Yeah.
you
very
guys,
subjective.
yeah, very subjective, because you guys know me. You guys know me. I am a Souls fanatic. I am a Souls-like fanatic. And if you were to ask me, Dave, do you think the Souls-like the Souls-like genre is getting oversaturated? I would be like, heck no, dude. Give me a Souls-like every 2 months. Like,
Yeah.
and just keep cooking them. Keep cooking them out. I don't care. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you're really into a certain franchise or a certain type of game, it's awesome that you're getting this amount of games to play. And if you're not into it, just don't play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just don't play it or buy it.
Just don't play it or buy it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't
truly, though, there are way too many Souls games. I'm tired of hearing about them. Just kidding, Dave.
So
Just kidding,
you
Dave.
take that back right now, sir.
You take that back right now.
You take that back right now. You take that back right now. So
No.
yeah, I just want to throw it out there. The concept of oversaturation is very subjective. And
Yeah.
if you don't like a game style or a game franchise or something, like, just don't play it, and be happy that there's that game out there for the people that do enjoy it. And you obviously have your games that you're into, and like, everybody love everybody, man. Everybody just be happy that all of these
ELD.
games. Yeah, I'll just be happy that all of these games are out here for us to enjoy.
And to kind of close that thought a little bit, and like, there's always going to be games that people don't like, and there's always going to be those people that love that game. Especially, like, I'm using Call of Duty as an example. The split of people there is, like, oh, Call of Duty's making another one that's stupid. Like, it's so bad. I don't want to see it. Why are they still making games? It's because people love them still. Like, there's always going to be people that love a certain game, and to hate a franchise for it, it's like, no, like, you don't do that, because like, there's games that we don't like that you like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
No, I totally get it, man. It's like, we are a gaming community, and like, like we said, man, like everybody love everybody. Because
Yep.
you know, like I'm an old person, right? So like I've dealt with this before, where it's like you almost have to kind of like hide the things that you're into, right? So like when I
Yep.
was younger, like I was super into Zelda and stuff like that, but like I hid that because people would make fun of you for it and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would call you a nerd, which we now have a show about being nerds. So, but you know what I mean? Just like
Nerds.
just be happy that all of this stuff is out here for us to enjoy. And if it's not something for you, just there's plenty out there.
I disconnected at this point, but here's a picture of me in a banana hat until I come back. Hi. Well, shoot.
Hi.
Hi.
I
I
mean,
was messing with Go ahead and close your thoughts.
no, that's
Get off
fine.
of
We,
here.
we probably got enough. We
Yeah.
probably got enough. We
All
could
right.
just close it right there.
Yeah, yeah. All right, great episode, dude.
Great episode, dude.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, no, that was a good one, man. Yeah, just real quick, guys, I do just want to say at the time of this recording, we did actually just hit 700 subscribers on the YouTube, which is absolutely incredible. I'm almost at a loss for words. So thank you guys so much for that. We super, super appreciate it. We love you guys very, very much. Hope you guys had an amazing holiday. Yeah, and thank you for everything. We did put out a little bit of a post just saying, we were super, super thankful, but in this time of thanks, I just want to throw out there that we are super thankful for you and all the support. So love you guys very, very much. Thank you. Adam, what you got for him?
Definitely kind of go with Dave. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. It makes our hearts feel warm inside. Trying to be cheesy a little bit, but if you're not following us on all social media, please make sure to do so. Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast, and check out our website, letstalknerdypodcast.com. And if you haven't already, tippity tap that like button and subscribe to watch more of our game reviews, podcasts, and everything else.
Plenty of content coming. We got Let's Plays. We got shorts every day. We got single topics. We're pumping out the content. Big things are coming. Stay on the lookout for the special holiday episode next week. We love you guys very, very much, and we will see y'all on the next one. Little sneak peek.
Dave's got a hat.
It's going to be festive.
Festive.
Love you guys very, very much, and we will see y'all on the next one.
Peace out, nerds. Pump you up.